Hey crew, so I'm going to ask that you open up to page 248, which is chapter 248, which is chapter 28. And we are going to read the next chapter. When we left off yesterday, we added self-loathing to our character chart list because we noticed that Melody was taking a lot of digs at herself. You don't want me on the team. They think I look funny. I make them look weird. I drool. I make funny noises. So overall, some of the major character traits that we are kind of extracting and pulling from this book, Melody is super self-conscious, which I can't blame her because she's kind of always being looked at and thought of as being this weirdo or less than. We have that she's starting to feel a little bit of confidence regarding her intelligence, but that doesn't mean her appearance. She's confident about it. We have the self-loathing. We have that she's smart. So let's see if there's anything else we can add. How can they expect us to get ready in such a short time? Crazy. Plane tickets and permission slips, paperwork and practice. Practice every day for close to 2 weeks. Study every evening with Mrs. V. Words, cities, states, countries, capitals, oceans, rivers, colors, diseases, weather, numbers, dates, animals, kings, queens, birds, insects, wars, presidents, planets, authors, generals, laws, quotations, measurements, equations, definitions. My head has been spinning nonstop with facts and figures. But I'm ready now. Our team is ready. Mr. D kept his promise. The 6 highest scores from all our practice rounds were now announced at the last practice session a few days ago. Of course, just like the other kids, I had been keeping a mental tally of everybody's points. So I was pretty sure I'd be one of the on-air contestants, not an alternate. Mr. Dimming almost glowed with anticipation as he made the announcement. He paced nervously. A little more and the man would be dancing. "Here we go," he said. "I feel like I need a drum roll or something." "Read the list, please," Connor shouted impatiently. Mr. Dimming said slowly, "The 6 team members of the championship Spalding Street Elementary School quiz team are." He paused. I thought Connor was going to throw something at him. "Rose, Connor, Melody, Elena, Rodney, and Molly. Claire and Amanda will be our alternates." Anybody else a little happy that Claire's not on the team? "I'm an alternate?" Claire gasped. "Molly beat you by 2 points, Claire," Mr. D explained. "But you still get to come with us and cheer us on and tour the city." "But it was me who helped her study," Claire said, outrage in her voice. "That is so not fair." I just shook my head and smiled a little. There is so much Claire doesn't know about stuff not being fair. Molly looked smug and not at all sorry. Her mother came to pick her up, and the practice was over. The competition is tomorrow, Thursday evening. Assuming we win, we'll have the Good Morning America appearance on Friday, followed by a trip to the White House. More sightseeing in D.C. is planned for Saturday. Then we come home on Sunday. On Monday, hopefully, we'll return to school as national champions with that trophy. So tonight, we pack. I've never been on a trip away from home before, so we have some serious planning to do. I feel crazy excited, crazy nervous. Dad bought me a bright red suitcase with wheels. It smells like the inside of a new car. Touching it makes me smile. Mom and I went shopping yesterday, something we don't get to do much anymore. She let me choose a couple of new outfits with jeans. None of those practical baggy sweatsuits for this trip. As we rolled down the mall, we passed a card shop. I had a brainstorm and tapped out on my board, "Go in, get card please." "For whom?" Mom asked as we wheeled in there. "Catherine," I typed, to thank her for helping me get ready. How very grown up of you, Mom said, clearly pleased. One for Mrs. V, too? I tapped out. Absolutely. The card we found for Mrs. V could not have been more perfect. The front was completely covered with hundreds of oranges, except for one blue one in the middle. Inside, it said, "You're one in a million. Thanks." She'll love it, Mom said. For Catherine, I picked out a card that showed a desk full of computers and MP3 players and video games, and a young woman connected to all of them with earphones. It read, "Glad you're always there to plug into me. Thanks for all you do." You couldn't have designed those better yourself, Mom said as she paid for the cards. Yep, pretty perfect. Around 7 o'clock, the doorbell rings. It's Mrs. V coming over to help with the final packing preparations. She and Mom make a great team. "I've made a checklist according to Mr. Dimming's suggestions," Mom says. "Black skirt and white blouse for the competition." "Check," Mrs. V says as she neatly folds those two pieces into my suitcase. "Check," Penny mimics. "Extra white blouse, just in case," Mom says. "Great idea," Mrs. V replies, nodding. Mom carefully folds in two more shirts and my favorite pair of jeans. Comfortable outfits for sightseeing in Washington, spending money for souvenirs, sunglasses, camera. Check, 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 Mrs. V repeats. Pajamas, toothbrush, deodorant, hair clips. All there. A warm jacket? No telling what this March weather will do. Check, Penny cries. Power pack for MediTalker, extra batteries, tissues, and wipes. Got it. Umbrella? For you or Melody? Or for Melody, Mrs. V asks with a laugh. Do you have your bag packed? Yeah, I'm just about ready. I'm nervous too. Mom pauses. You're the best, Violet. I know Penny will be safe with you while we're gone. And butterscotch, I interrupt. They both laugh. Mom continues. Frankly, without you, there's no way that Melody would be packing for this trip. Get card, Mom, I type. I reach my hand to the side, but I can barely touch the edge of my book bag hanging on my chair. Mom reaches into the bag, pulls out the envelope, and sets it on my tray. I push it toward Mrs. V. She opens it, reads it, and then squeezes me so hard I can hardly catch my breath. This one goes on my refrigerator door, she says quietly. I want to look at it every single day. She busies herself then with dusting off a pair of my shoes that have never taken a step. I'm a little scared, I admit. Nonsense, Mellow Yellow, Mrs. V tells me. I fully expect to see you on Good Morning America with that 10-foot-high trophy. That would be awesome, I type. Now tell me once more, Mrs. V says to Mom. What time does the plane leave tomorrow? Penny, take Melody's underwear off your head, you silly girl. Mom checks her papers. Plane leaves at noon. That means we should leave here no later than 9. Get to the airport by 10, get all checked in, make sure her wheelchair is properly taken care of and such, and then we can relax until it's time to board the plane. Maybe somebody can make a connection there, traveling and packing and having to get to the airport early. It's quite a process. Mrs. V scratches her head. I wonder why they chose the noon flight. That will get you into Washington around 2. The competition starts at 7. It's cutting it a little close. Anybody making a prediction? Mr. Dimming told us the hotel has a late check-in policy. The TV studio is just across the street from the hotel, so we'll be fine. As Mom closes and zips my suitcase, I feel tears come into my eyes. I can't believe this is happening. In just one day, I will be in Washington, D.C. on national television. I pray I won't screw up. That kind of goes into our self-conscious character trait. I want to call Rose and see if she's nervous too. I want to ask her what she'll wear to the White House. Suppose we get to meet the First Lady. Now that would be the bomb. I want to know if we'll be sitting near each other on the plane. I want to be like all the other girls. So, something that I'm picking up on that I want to add to our character trait chart is this huge desire to fit in and be like all the other kids. So, that last sentence, I want to be like all the other girls. I think I'm going to add that to our character chart. And it also reminds me of something that we read in the last chapter. I just want to be like everybody else. So, we have some growing evidence to support this just desire to fit in and be like the rest of her classmates. I don't sleep well that night. In the morning, Mom gets me bathed and dressed and fed in record time while Dad gets Penny ready. Go see plane? She asks repeatedly. Fly, wee, Dad says as he flies her around the room in his arms. She loves it. We head outside and Mrs. V hurries over, camera in hand. She snaps pictures of me getting strapped in, my suitcase being loaded, and my brave and hopeful victory smile. Then she does it all over again with Dad's camcorder. No, we'll never be able to forget this morning. Penny darts about, chasing Butterscotch, running in circles around the car, which has been washed and shined. Mom, dressed in a cool denim suit and, surprisingly, a pair of late-style Nikes, loads our bags in the car, and we're totally ready to go by 8:45. So you remember now, they're 15 minutes ahead of schedule. Dad takes Butterscotch back into the house, then locks the front door on his way out. All set? He asks. Let's do it, Mom yells. Even Penny can feel the excitement. She claps her hands. I can't stop grinning. Even though I know we have plenty of time, I keep wanting Dad to drive faster. I'm so afraid that we'll miss the plane, or that we forgot my ticket, or that I'll throw up and we'll have to go back home. At the airport garage, we have no trouble finding a row of empty handicapped parking spaces. We unload me, my chair, our bags, and Penny and Doodle. Remember, that's her little stuffy that goes along with her. Mrs. V snaps more photos. It seems like hours, but in minutes, we're at the check-in gate. Mrs. V pushes me. Mom carries Penny. Dad pulls a cart loaded with the luggage and Doodle. It is 10 o'clock on the dot. Hi, Mom says cheerfully to the uniformed lady at the desk. We're here to check in for the noon flight to Washington, D.C. She hands the lady our tickets. The noon flight? The woman replies with a frown. She types and clicks, purses her lips, then types some more. Finally, she looks up. I'm sorry, ma'am, but that flight has been canceled. Anybody's stomach just completely drop? We've had loads of cancellations today. A late winter snowstorm in the Northeast has caused backups all over. Canceled? My stomach starts to gurgle. Snow? Mom's voice sounds thick. But the weather here is sunny and clear. They've got 5 inches on the ground in Boston already, and more is predicted for this afternoon farther south. The FAA won't let planes take off in weather like that, so our whole system gets gummed up. Planes due to arrive here and then return eastward get canceled, meaning our afternoon flights can't depart. It's complicated. Sorry. I'm going to pause there because this puts a 15-minute max at my videos, and I'll start another one. But I just want you to think about the excitement and the work that has led up to this. Getting to the airport, the last step, and you find out your flight is canceled. I cannot imagine the pain and the thoughts going through Melody's head right now. Okay, I'm going to pause here. I'll see you on the next video.